Hello, here is BB Walker. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to my channel. Today we will continue our work with Yamaha PSR S670 professional arranger, and today's video is especially for a guy called GuyNoirXYZ. Noir is in French, for example, who asked me about change voice in the style. So as you may know from my channel, we have made a lot of things with Style Creator, and today we will make some compressed video all in one connected with OTS, registration memory and style editing. So let's get started in a second. Alright, we are on our super steady mount and let's go to work. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what is style, style is located here, and if you press start by selecting, for example, this hard rock by the default and enable the accompaniment, which is in here at the far left of the device, and here you can play accompaniment section, which is some drums, some rhythmic guitar, bass, depending on the style, genre, music which is on this style. There are several styles located in here in catalog. You can choose it by selecting from the menu, and the guy GuyNoirXYZ asked how to alter style. I mean, change the tempo, change the voice, which is inside the style. I mean, not the right sections of the soloing part voices, because this is very simple. You can change it in here, and of course there is a video, first video actually, how to play on my playlist, so please go to there. And today we'll make some much more advanced stuff. So let's get nicely style, for example, those big band fast. Nice. This style is by the standard with the tempo, I will zoom a little bit, with tempo 185, and there is nice grand piano. So because the guy asked about how to change grand piano to electric piano, for example. Okay, so to make a change in style in OTS and other stuff, you need to use, I mean, you cannot change the style, I mean tempo, and save it into registration memory. Of course, it will work, but only if you are changing basic parameters like tempo and actually standard voice selection if you load it into memory. Because if you want to make some advanced editing on the style, I mean changing inside voice of the style, you need to use Style Creator and save as a new file style, and then you will be able to save into registration memory. But okay, first things first. Place function, let's go to Style Creator. It is located on menu 2 tabs, so using tabs you are selecting the second menu, you are entering Style Creator. I will zoom it. Okay, enter, and the very important question is that you want to edit current style, I mean the style that I have selected by the second before, so this big band fast, whatever it's called. So select current style. Okay, and now we have this style in the memory of Style Creator, and we will be able to make some changes, I mean change the voices. Very important thing, the recording mode is in here, and I strongly recommend you to press the corresponding channel number, which is 2 upper, lower. Press and hold to disable recording, because if you press start and accidentally play something on the keyboard, you will destroy your style. I mean, you will save some new random notes, which is probably not what you want to do. Okay, and you can see now this is recording channel panel of the Style Creator, and there are several icons which referring to channels, MIDI channels that this style consists of. There are usually 2 rhythmic parts, there are some bass and guitars leading, and some pads and phrases for all the stuff. to change the, and you know, you can play, this is main variation A, you are playing it, you see here that is main variation, and if you take a closer look, you will see which channels are playing but this dot. Piano is playing, guitar is playing, bass is playing, and the second rhythmic part is playing. To change the assigned voice, the MIDI voice in this style, you are placing the corresponding button upper. In this case it will be 5 because we want to change the grand piano to something else. You are pressing it and now you are in standard voice selection menu. So you go to something like electric piano, pressing enter, exit, and start playing again. As you can hear now, instead of grand piano, we have this electric piano. But this is not the end, because the style is usually consists of more than one variation. There are several of them. A, B, C, D is the maximum. So you need to change this assignment on each styles, because on the first variation you will have an electric piano, and then if you switch to B you will have a grand piano again. So you're pressing B, here is the confirmation, pressing OK, now you're on B, and as you can see now you still have grand piano on the B section. Disable the saving, and again press and select the grand piano. Of course you can change the catalog, going somewhere else, change completely other instrument category. Exit. Let's go to C, confirm, select again electric piano, let's go to D, OK, and again let's OK. And now for each sections we have the electric piano instead of grand piano. Of course you can change any other rhythmic parts. You can also disable completely a panel that you want, the channel that you want, by pressing on and off. This one, for example, let's play it. Very nice bass, but if you want you can cut it and, for example, play live in bass guitar. Okay, so now we have the first tag, the first mission complete. We have changed the voices. What will happen if we leave the style creator by pressing exit? The question is, the confirmation message is that this style now is in memory. You can continue to editing it in style creator, or press exit to go into standard playable mode, which now you can be used for testing if this is okay what we want. And okay, let's assume that it's okay, but the guy also asks about the tempo change. So let's change the tempo from 185 to 160, for example. Of course you are pressing tempo, these buttons, then you can use here, or just pressing this one and confirm by enter. Style is slowed down to 160, and as I said at the beginning, now if you save the registration memory with the combination memory and the bank, you will have this style saved with the different tempo, but this is not a copy of the style. Actually we still have this style in memory, and we need to save it as a separate new file, because otherwise our work with the voice changing will be discarded. But let's continue with the last task, which was the OTS Link assignment. The first task was changing the voice from grand piano to electric piano. The second was to change the tempo, and now the tempo is saved. If we save the style on this moment, this will be the default style tempo. Of course, each style you can slow down or speed up in your real time on preservation. By loading, you can override these values by registration memory, but forget it. We want to create a perfectly designed style for us. which we have all the parameters that we want to have by the default will be okay. So OTS. And again, please refer to video about OTS if you want to have more detailed information. And now the very quick summary. If you press the OTS link and you will be changing the variation, the pre-selected recommended voices from solo will be automatically changed. So this style called big band fast on the variation A has a grand piano solo, on the variation B is clarinet, then trumpet and tenor sax. And let's assume that I want to change this last one. So the OTS number 4, I want to change from these two saxophones to, for example, saxophone with some, and this is dual voice because these two are blinking. So let's press the right 2 to select something other. For example, let's go to okay, so and I have also disabled this saxophone right 1. So under the OTS 4 I want to have this vocals. And now the most important thing, how to save these OTS changes into, you know, memory style. Press memory and press 3. This will save the current voice selection into OTS bank number 3, and the message on the screen says that OTS data has been changed. To keep the changes, save your style into file, because if you don't do this, you will lose your work. And this is actually very important thing. As I said at the beginning, or maybe another video, OTS data, which means which voices are assigned to banks 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are automatically changes if you have OTS link enabled, but if you have disabled it, sorry, it is asking yes. So on the C, this 3 is but if you disable OTS, you can manually change it, and if you're changing the variation, it still stands on the lastly selected. But to save this that under bank OTS number 3 we have this vocals, we need to save it into style. I mean, we need to save the whole style because this data is inside the style. It's not in registration memory, it's in the style. So now the last part, the final part, because we have changed the tempo, we have changed the voices, and we have changed the assignment of OTS, so voices for the right section. To save the style, you do the following, and again, press function, press style creator, and the very most important and crucial thing, select current style, because if you set new style, we will discard all the work you have done. And now you are on this style creator where we have previously, and doesn't matter on which tab you are. Here you can also do a quantize, transpose, copy the channel, and all the stuff which you can find on my channel. How to count? There's a video. I will put the link in the description. But on each of the tabs you have this magic button, save. So you are pressing save, and now you are selecting the place where you want to save your style file. The extension of this file is STY, and just like the MIDI songs, just like the exporting WAV files, you are selecting the place. And of course, on the presets, which is the internal memory, it's a read-only memory, the save is disabled. You cannot save in this predefined by the factory style. So you need to use a user space or USB if you have a USB device. And let's save this style into into USB, sorry, not into your user space, and it gives you the name of this original style, and the good habit is to change it a little bit. For example, let's call it Big Band Fast BB, and I will tell you why. Of course, now it's safe, so we have done our work, we are very happy. The currently selected file is Big Band Fast BB. And this is this style which is located on internal memory. And now the trick is that you can press the memory and press the bank that you want to save this style. And this style, I mean, it's not that the whole copy of the style will be done. It is only, you know, the link, that this connection between the bank number 1 and your Big Bang Fast BB. Go to another bank. Some other styles are. But if we go back into one, we have our Big Band Fast BB. If you want to know how to make new registration banks, how to move between, organize them, please refer to video about registration banks. But the very important thing is, now we have this Big Band Fast BB, which have this nice electric piano instead of grand piano. And of course, if you select the swing and jazz and load again this original Big Band Fast style, you will have this grand piano. And now I will prove you that you need to save the style first, because you cannot make the changes into style and save it into registration bank. And how to, you know, achieve it? Please do the following. Select function. Go to menu, style creator, current style. So do the exact steps that we have done the whole video, and change this grand piano into this clavichord. Exit. And of course now we have still the selected styles Big Band Fast, and this clavichord is saved. But if I save it into registration bank number 2, go to somewhere else and go again into 2 and play, we have again the grand piano. Why? This is very simple explanation. Because I haven't saved the style as new file, it was in memory, and in the memory it only stores in the bank the location of the style, and of course the tempo and selected voices by the default. But all the rest of the data are saved into style file. So if you don't save the style first with your own name, for example, you know, this old your name BB, for example, like this one, is good, you know, to make sure that this is my style which I have done. So I mark all my styles based on current styles. Sometimes I build styles from scratch, but sometimes I take the rhythmic part or something with suffix, prefix, BB or something like this. And this will give you the ability to fastly, you know, this is original BB, Big Band Fast, this is my slowed down with electric grand piano and vocal on the third variation. And this one, this is the original. And why it's not changed? Because OTS Link is disabled. And there was the saxophone on this third section. So to summarize all the stuff and to end this video, as I said, to edit the style, I mean the voices which are in the style, you need to use the style creator and select current styles when it started. You can use it by function, go to menu number 2 and select style creator. Then you make the changes by pressing and holding the upper buttons of this context menu tool, buttons, whatever it's called by Yamaha, menu, context menu, working buttons, whatever. And if you select your voices, you need to make this selection changes for all the main variation, and also, which I haven't shown you, for the intro and endings, because if the intro and the endings there are also this part of grand piano, you need to also change it, because intro, endings and main variation and actually a piece of MIDI data with their own description of the voices. Sometimes in intro there is only a drums, but sometimes it's a music part, melody and so on. So please remember that you have to change these voices for all the channels, all the variations that you have in styles. If you do this, and if you want to change also the default tempo of the styles, if you have the styles in memory, you are changing tempo, and then you are ready to save. To save, you go again into Style Creator, or you can also save the style. It will ask you to save the style instantly after changing the OTS connection. For example, we got this big band fast. On the free, I want to change it into something completely different. Give me something. Sorry, draw. This harmonic, nice. So press memory and press free for this. And now this is the place when you can also save the style, but it he asking to you to don't forget to save it here. So this is why the programmers from Yamaha put this there to remind you that if you change the OTS data, now we have harmonic on this free bank. But if I go again, OTS Link, of course, discarded the changes, and of course if you only press the OTS Link, all the OTS data is discarded and loaded from the style description file. Okay, so I think it's all for now. Thank again this GuyNoirXYZ. I don't know how to pronounce it. Noir, it's black in French, if I know. So thanks for this request, thanks for this topic for today's video, and of course I encourage all the viewers, if you have a particular question or you want to have some compressed knowledge, like in this case, into one video, don't hesitate to ask me in a comment and I will explain. I will prepare a video especially for you. So thanks again, thanks for watching, thanks for all the subscribers, thanks for all the good word, you know, good word to me. I really appreciate all these comments. They are very heartwarming and whatever how we call it. So thanks for all for you. This is all for now, and see you later. Have a nice day, have a nice weekend, and see you next time. It was BB Walker. Good luck.